Technically two, because
Two?
Severin is considered the Red Horn speaker.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So
Hello!
Someone move the camera a little bit. Dude.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, turn it just a little bit towards me.
Towards you?
Yeah, towards me. That's good.
Sweet. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us as we begin another session of the Couch Cooperative while we continue our journey through the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Tyranny of Dragons campaign, The Rise of Tiamat. We don't have too many announcements other than we're still deciding on a date for our Halloween one-shot, which will be DM'd by our Katray Hill, who's playing our Lux Everest. The only thing I can hype you up about that is as a player of that one-shot, I will be playing a Ghost Slayer Blood Hunter, who is a Fire Genasi, so you will have to show up for that, because I already have him completely done. It took me all of 2 hours. I figured it out. I got it done, and I will never be able to play again after this. So it's my one chance. I will forever DM the minute I leave that table. It'll be the 2.5 hours of pure joy, and then back to my cave.
No. You are not forever DM,
which brings me so much joy. I love it.
And then we'll be cycling.
But it's going to be super dope. So you're going to have to, show up because I spent a lot of work on that.
Hell yeah.
Please be there.
If you die first, you know how...
If I won't die first, it won't happen.
Do you know how disappointing that will be?
It won't happen. I won't die first.
Big words.
If I die first, he's targeting me.
Those are almost fighting words.
He's targeting me. That's what it is.
Almost fighting
words. With that, we will go ahead and jump in. So last we left off, the Sword of the Council had successfully completed their second round of council missions, securing an alliance with the Metallic Dragons, after convening with a conclave of ancient Metallic Dragons, as well as then using your newly acquired allies to go to the Misty Forest and save them from the Colt's kind of growing attacks that have been going on. You killed Narenvane, the Green Worm Speaker, and youngest son of Delegate King Melendrock, the Elven delegate from the Lord's Alliance, who's here as a representative in the Council of Waterdeep. You were able to kill Chuth, the Emerald Assassin, a terrifying adult green dragon who had been wreaking havoc across the Misty Forest for quite some time, even before aligning with the Cult of the Dragon to kind of actually get a bit more coordinated. And Oteri Leocarnos had helped you by slaying an additional 3 green dragons that were kind of helping with the coordinated attacks alongside the cult. On your way back to Waterdeep to relay to the council of the progress that you have made, you had to make a nearby stop in the town of Daggerford. It was not shortly, after arriving that the Cult of the Dragon had made an attack on the town. An adult black dragon had swung by and killed a lot of people just with his dragon's breath. And then the cult members started to appear, and they began summoning these fiendish creatures from another plane of existence. Not devils, not demons. You're not entirely certain what types of creatures these were, but they aided in the efforts. A lot of innocent people died, and this is the first major attack that the cults made in broad daylight. Thanks to our Boris Greenleaf, you guys were able to identify from the leader of the group that was attacking you guys that they were specifically there to kill you. You were their target, and everyone else just happened to get in the way, and that brought upon its own level of worry now that the cult is being bold enough to attack you in broad daylight and in the middle of towns. What they will throw at you next, you're not sure, but if they're starting to escalate pretty heavily in their goal to kill you. So that is where we begin. You guys have arrived back at the city of Waterdeep and are rushing your way swiftly to the council chambers where the council is meeting. A swift meeting was called and everyone was urged to get there as swiftly as possible. On the way there, you do kind of hurry through the normal crowd traffic of Waterdeep's many districts before making your way to the council chambers. And Lux, in the process of that, you get bumped pretty heavily. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Damn. Dude, does our passive insight notice this?
Well, I mean, you guys will see it.
Perception?
No.
You get bumped, bro? Oh, you better free attack. You fall over, dude?
11.
You get pushed off balance, but not down. It's in fact the person who bumps into you is very reactive. Actually catches you and kind of is like, "Oh, hey, whoa, I'm so sorry. Like, I completely apologize. I need you to make a perception check at disadvantage.
Can I roll a perception? You're getting your pockets running.
You can roll one at disadvantage.
There you go, pockets.
Oh, disadvantage.
Man. 27.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a +9. Third eye. Because of my new feat skill.
An 11.
An 11. You both see, well, you feel it, but you see, and it's very difficult because the space is crowded with people, so this is happening, and there's people kind of all around you. As the guy is kind of picking you up, puts a hand firmly on kind of like your sternum, to kind of just be like, so sorry, like, I apologize, it's an absolute, like, I didn't mean to knock you down, I'm glad I was able to catch you, like, are you good? And it's kind of like looking you up and down, like, are you good? Are you hurt? You scraped? Sure, feel free.
What do I see with my perception?
Nothing. You just see the fact that he's patted on his sternum.
I got a 7.
Let's use this.
Hmm?
I got a 7.
7. Everything's happening quick, and you get the impression that he's like trying to just make sure everything's good so that he can leave, because he just knocked you over. So it's kind of like he's just trying to make sure like everything's fine, but he's kind of rushing through it.
Did he? When I rolled my perception check, did it look like he took anything off?
No, not at all. No, you're very positive that he didn't take anything off of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That guy's good than mine. I check my pockets.
You check your pockets. Yeah, you look through and.
I'm not in front. You can't see that, right?
If you want to wait, you can wait.
I wanna wait.
Okay, so you kind of hold off and keep that thought as you officially make your way. There's kind of like a gated area that the guards are able to open up and they let you through, and where all the delegation's guards are there. So there's like some elven warriors, some of the dwarven warriors with Ambassador Conrad, and things like that. And once you've kind of crossed that line, you kind of start patting yourself down. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Two. As far as you can tell, you're good.
Do I have pockets?
You didn't roll a 1. Yeah, as far as you can tell, you're good.
I look down. I don't have arms.
What happened? These illusions. At the top of because there's like an initial staircase. What?
H&R said your pockets are empty, cuz.
Oh man, yeah, your pockets ran. You at the top of the staircase that leads up to just the front door. It's like a 10-stair staircase. There is you see one of the delegates that's up there, Sir Istval. He's one of the members from the Lord's Alliance.
Oh.
And he's kind of hesitantly pacing kind of back and forth as you guys are approaching. And the minute you guys kind of come into focus, his body turns towards you all, and you can see kind of like a realization, and then he immediately walks towards you. His hand kind of outstretched, and he starts from left to right, and he kind of shakes your hand and it's not even just like a shake, like a greeting. It's more of like a relief. Like he grabs you by the forearm and puts another hand on your top of your hand, and it's like, I'm so grateful for all of you. I heard the attack that happened in Daggerford. My home is. It is just a lot to think about in these times. I just wanted to say that, from the bottom of my heart, I'm super appreciative that you guys were there, and that none of you were hurt.
Can I ask, out of game, did our characters know he's from Daggerford?
He is representing Daggerford and Cormier.
Okay, so we do know. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's a cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to help protect it. We've seen enough death and destruction at the hands of this cult.
Yeah, so we
our
saw
own home
the scene.
included, so.
Yes, I can say for sure that we convened slightly before today to just recognize the attack that happened on Daggerford. I can tell you that the general atmosphere is pretty confident with the group of you. I don't think there's anyone that is seeing you in a negative light or hesitant, maybe a few critiques here and there, but it seems like everyone is pretty on board. I mean, you have my full support, as far as I can tell. Whatever it is, you guys saved my home. I will pledge myself to the cause, entirely, as a token of gratitude. I can't thank you enough.
Hopefully we can only save more.
That is the plan, yes. Vidania is somewhat recovered, so she'll be attending today, and it appears we're adding a delegate to the council. There's a few mixed opinions there, but I guess it'll be better for you to see for yourself when you get in. At that point, he kind of... you can see he's kind of distracted for a second, kind of on that topic. I'll see you guys inside, and kind of turns in and kind of...
Insight there.
Yeah, go for it.
Yo. What's it gonna be? 10.
10. You don't know of any reason why having a new delegate would make maybe some council members really concerned. Like, this looked like genuine concern.
Dude, it's just
and so the only group that you can think of is the Arcane Brotherhood that you've recently brought into the fold, but you don't know of, you don't know of whether or not Istval hadn't made a stance on it. Like, you really don't know enough to be like, I could say for certain. You also don't know if that's a group that would get people maybe this cautioned. Like, there's just a lot of room for kind of like interpretation, and the only group that you can think of is the Arcane Brotherhood, just through recent events.
Centaur. I'm kidding. Was a yoke, I swear.
So, what do you guys do?
Can I look around? Is there anyone else around us right now?
I mean, it's just really all like the house guards, like delegate guards. Yeah,
Can I
like
roll a
elf.
history check to see if I recognize it?
Recognize what?
The new...
Well, you're not.
Wait, what?
You don't know. There's nothing that would give you that indication.
Can we go follow him through?
Yeah, you guys can enter into the chambers.
Yeah.
You guys rush your way through. Again, everyone's moving pretty quick, and you catch an eye glance as you're walking in, and in fact, a lot of the guards are kind of ushering you guys to get into the council chamber so that because they secure the chamber rooms when you guys are meeting. You have the world's strongest people in the same room. Like, the guards are trying to get you in there so they can shut the doors, and because they there's a lot that's on their plate as well. So you see out of the corner of your eyes, and what are you guys' passive perceptions? But you catch it. I know for a fact.
Sorry. Wait, yeah, now it's a 19.
You catch it.
The 12.
You don't.
Actually a 20 because we have a +5.
And you don't. Are you proficient in perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, then yeah, you probably should be at 20. So you two catch kind of at the corner, there's a few guards that seem to have accosted an individual that you haven't seen in quite some time. And you see Einar Wolfson from Parnast, currently talking with a few of the guards. It doesn't appear as if he's seen you guys as here, but you guys notice that he's currently present, a little confusion, and you guys are sent into the chamber rooms. Now, when you guys are set...
Bless you.
I might have another one, I don't know.
Do it.
I don't know. As you guys are brought into the chamber rooms, you kind of look around and are able to see all of the delegates have made their way into the chamber session, and the one person that is new, you can tell right away, as she is a tiefling. And you see it is like a gray-skinned female tiefling, black hair. She carries herself very confidently, but does not. She kind of slinks into her chair and is kind of like relaxing, almost. And it's kind of eyeing everyone, but there's no, like, you can see very, very confident in just how she appears. She doesn't look like she's nervous or anything like that.
She look attractive.
Yeah, we'll say she's got a very aesthetic look to her, and the confidence maybe adds a bit of to her.
I won't stop staring.
Is there anything recognizable about her?
Other than the fact that she's a tiefling, no,
Gray.
there's no other. What?
And gray.
And yeah, in gray. And she kind of eyes you, seeing another tiefling enter the room. It's more of just like as you walk in, she kind of gives you kind of like this look, and you can tell
Is there
she's
any way
studying.
I could, make myself look better.
Yeah, disguise self.
Kind of just to So she like was like,
Like
okay.
how a
May-
bird shows off their pretty
Make
feathers.
I'll allow you to make a deception roll. Hold on. A deception roll, a persuasion roll, or no, not persuasion. It'll either be deception, a straight charisma roll. If you're choosing to be genuine, I would ask you to be a straight charisma roll, or performance if you'd like to give off a more exaggerated vibe of who you are. So it's it's not as dishonest, it's more exaggerated, genuine. Whereas then deception, I can give you the opportunity to be like, you can portray yourself as something that you're not.
I'm better at deception, but I would do that.
Your choice. I'll give you those options.
Should I exaggerate?
To be truthfully deceitful.
Well, I'm gonna do a base charisma check.
Base charisma check.
All of
Completely genuine.
Genuine. Go for it.
Ah,
That's
F.
really good. I got a 14.
A 14. You give a very genuine, kind of like a warm, kind of nod of of acknowledgement. It's been a busy few, weeks, and so you haven't had too much time to rest. You're a little exhausted, so it might not be as affectionate as you would maybe have hoped for, but you give the best that you can, and you can tell she kind of gives you like a very courteous kind of like nod back. Everyone kind of starts to filter in and sit down, and you already can hear the whispering that's happening. You can't make out too many of the words that are kind of going on. A lot of people are kind of pointing out this individual, so people are speaking. And it takes a moment before Lord Daggolt Neverember stands up with Laryl Silverhand, and everyone like kind of hushes. Thank you. Council of Waterdeep, if we might all stand for just a brief moment. And everyone kind of confusedly kind of like lifts to their feet.
Yeah, we stand, bro. We stand.
You guys hadn't taken a sit down.
With a sword.
And
We are part of the
we-
State Council.
we would like to offer, in regards of Sir Istval and the people of Daggerford, the brave people of Daggerford, who were the subject to a malevolent attack upon the safety of their home by the Cult of the Dragon. News of the attack has not gone unnoticed. I've already dispatched soldiers to Daggerford for protection. I know you are working on sending resources to help rebuild what has been damaged. But might we take a moment of silence in vigil of those lives who have been lost, while also recognizing the many lives who have not been lost as a result of our fine sword, our adventurers who stand to be heroic in the face of adversity time and time again. If you wish to offer prayers to your gods, you may do so now, or remain silent as you be. And the moment of silence kind of sits. It's kind of like that moment, like when you're 8 and your whole family's like praying over dinner, and you don't know like if you should be involved with it or not. And you look over, like your brother's involved with it. Your brother's involved in it. So you're like, okay. And so like for some people it might be a little awkward when watching other people be silent, or you might fully embrace it and just kind of be silent, have that vigil for yourself. It roughly goes by for a few minutes before. Daggolt Neverember continues. While I know that Laryl Silverhand is more of the head of the Council of Waterdeep, being the Open Lord of Waterdeep, I wanted to announce that we have, under the circumstances, the desperation that we face, have asked and were successful in acquiring a new delegate to represent a group simultaneously interested in the safety of the lands of Faerun. We bring here Rion Nightshade of the Zentarum. At that point, those whispers kind of return, and you see she at this point has sat back down and is just kind of like eyeing everyone, like with a stern and like serious look.
Yeah.
Starshade represents
Nightshade.
Nightshade.
You tell that you can see that as well. You see Lady Ramalia Haventree is kind of one of the more like aggressively concerned. Like she's evident that she's frustrated with this.
I can't believe
Can
it.
I roll a history check on the Zentara?
Can I?
Sure.
Yeah, can I do it?
Sure.
Yo, dude, give me that shit. Because Hakon's never seen his... Has Hakon ever seen his Zentara? No.
You have.
I have.
You have seen a member of the Zentarum before.
Damn it.
Whether you remembered that is not my problem.
Yeah, no, I
I got a
forget.
10.
I forget.
10.
I have it in the notes. I swear.
The best that you know with the 10 is that the Zentarum has kind of always had like a nickname as being known as the Black Network, and that it is some form of like a loose affiliation of merchants and mercenaries and spies that kind of work within the backgrounds of society. Very little is known about them on your end.
With a good reputation?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
right.
Like, what is loosely known about them is not bad,
Gray.
but it's not good.
Gray
Yeah.
like her.
Huh?
Gray.
Like her is what he was saying.
I don't know, maybe. What'd you roll?
Like if the CIA was a private company. Me? Oh, I got a 4, dude.
You know they exist.
Hell
That's a
yeah.
solid roll.
I remember meeting one of them.
You see Daggle Never Ember goes, and I'm fully aware
Not bad people.
of all your concerns, and I wish to tell you that I care little for them. At that point, everyone, you see people kind of be a little shocked. There is a chuckle from Marshal Older Ravengard, who's kind of not concerned. As a member of the Zentarum and the Black Network, I'm well aware that members of this council will find her methods and the methods of her kind distasteful. However, the Zentarum have provided an opportunity to help fund a lot of our endeavors. Funds we desperately need to rebuild when the war happens. We have to get ready for not only what is to come, but what is to precede it. Whether we win or lose, a lot of damage will be done.
Can I perception check that? Like
Insight.
Or insight, yeah. Because I'm curious, like, how do we have a rough estimation of how much funds they need for all of this coming up?
I mean, you're not an economic advisor, but
Yeah, no, yeah. D20 let me know that for sure.
Am I
dude.
allowed to speak up?
That would be rude.
you know that the proper etiquette is to at least signify that you wish to speak
I got it.
before
Yeah,
you speak.
May I raise my hand?
I got it.
Yes, you may raise your
I
hand.
got a 10.
Okay, I'm gonna raise my hand.
Oh.
Okay.
Can
You
I-
raise your hand, and Lord Never Ember kind of looks over and goes, "In a moment." The Black Network has made it apparent that their plans for success will be constrained if Tiamat were to rule, if she were to be brought back. So in this moment, I demand all of you to be respectful, courteous, in so much that we have a common enemy. We are here to work together. Likewise, I demand the same of you. He looks down at Rianne Nightshade. And she actually takes the opportunity to get up. She actually kind of like puffs her chest out a bit and kind of like, and she's wearing a kind of like a leather set, very kind of like mercenary style gear. So she's not even dressed like formally. Kind of brushes off the fronts of the leather. Well, I am more certain that we can come to an agreement that all parties will favor. If not, we have other means of settling our issues. And the tail kind of flicks in the process of that. She goes ahead and kind of sits back down. They have pledged resources, financially and structurally, with more of their vipers and mercenaries to the cause. So we will have more arms that will fight in particular matters, but we have to be mindful. We will work to ensure that all parties are on the same page. And he goes and sits back down. Laryl Silverhand at that point goes, Arboros Greenleaf, you may speak.
Are they asking for any sort of other payment besides Tiamat being taken down?
You can see Rianne actually looks and goes, I'd like to answer that question from the bald elf. She kind of leans in. We're not asking for payment from these very fine and established people of Faerun. We care little for what minuscule things you can offer us. Like I mentioned, if there is something that we really wish to acquire, we very much could acquire it. I could think of a few items presently that have been brought to our attention that you wouldn't want us to have, and yet if it came to us needing to acquire them, it wouldn't be outside of our possibility. So we don't need anything from you, except for Tiamat's death. If that were to happen, we are concerned with that reality coming to fruition.
Well, alright. Well, are you willing to tell us what your plans are afterwards? Your great plan that you can't have Tiamat ruling for?
It's funny. We haven't thought that far ahead, so I can't say.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
I got a unnatural 20.
A natural 20. She's really difficult to read, even than a natural 20.
Damn.
She's either a very intentional speaker, or she is speaking, depending on what your initial assumption is. She's either really solid at speaking, she chooses the words carefully, or she's just blowing smoke right through you, and you can't catch where's the truth and the lie. I'm aware that a lot of you are going to have a lot of reservations working with us. If you need someone dead, people don't tend to care when we strike them down. I'll be a shadow in the room. I think it'd be more of like just a presence. It is more so that I understand where the resources we are pledging is going to go. Am I allowed to? How does this work? Laryl goes, Arboris, you may continue.
Are you also here to collect intel on the rest of everyone in here?
Aren't you all?
Touche.
I would imagine that every person here would be acquiring intel that they might use to take to their home.
To each degree, you're probably right. That's fair.
Our home was destroyed by a dragon, so.
I heard about you briefly. You're the big one.
I'm the handsome one, actually.
Sure. How was
Lux is the big one.
description that was provided my way?
I called you that, bro.
No, he's always turning into.
I heard of your exploits as you traveled from Elturel to Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep on a caravan headed straight to Waterdeep. You weren't in those notes though, so you're new.
Yeah.
We've gone quite a long way.
Are we here to discuss that? I thought we had other pressing matters. Frankly, I could care little for it. It seems like you've been through a journey.
Yeah.
I've a question for Duke Ravengard.
You see Duke Ravengard actually kind of like perks himself up.
What?
Yes.
I was wondering how the mask is doing.
You can see he kind of grits
Yo!
his teeth, like kind of slightly.
Yo, what?
And at that point, you see Rion Nightshade kind of looks over and is like eyeing him.
Bro.
The mask is fine. Is your concern
Can I insight the find?
warranted?
Yeah, let's all insight that motherfucker.
I really think we should destroy it. After that big fight with that dragon, they really can pop out of nowhere.
Insight.
What'd you roll?
23.
23?
Yeah.
13.
Might as well roll 2.
We are skipping frames. Like 25%.
Really?
God damn.
Not bad.
It's not. I pulled it up on stream and it stays around 32, 25, 25.
Really?
25, 25.
It might be as an impact of the storm.
Was that just a
Yeah,
question
yeah.
on your mind? You didn't know that was
Does it look
realistic
glitchy there?
response like that?
No, it doesn't come
Really?
across on our end. Like, we move fine, see?
Does it go on? Is it on
It's
stream?
on stream, yeah.
Really?
Stream, yeah, but it's not like terrible. Like, it's more so that it stops and then resumes for a little bit and then
I
stops.
think it already has.
Yeah, it might be as a result of the dust storm. It might be impacting the internet service.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's a rip.
It's gonna have to be okay.
This is the best
audio-
session for that
audio-
to happen.
Audio
It's like,
comes through
it could
fine.
even-
Sweet.
Even happen before the whole switch.
No, they don't. It's
So
not.
you rolled a 23.
I know.
Who else was inciting?
13.
13.
I know.
She's
the
taking
locations
mental
of the
notes.
masks.
She's taking mental notes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, I
she's
wrote
Anna
down
Conley
listening.
doesn't have that skill yet.
Because he
so-
asked me.
No, when
When I
the
went
king
to
said
ask
it's
Nairn.
fine.
Oh, an
No,
older
no,
Ravenguard said it's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
have-
he
they have
has
all-
it
Except for the body.
under watch,
Like, the
so
cult does. Oh,
you can
sorry.
tell. No, you're good. You can tell that he isn't the one specifically watching it, so like he doesn't,
Yeah, it's not Duke.
No.
Guard, it's,
but he
but
knows
he
that
didn't
it's
seem
fine.
like he was lying.
Yeah, like he's not trying to hide anything. It's just that he obviously he doesn't put that as a task that he's currently handling. So it's not like he's like, oh yeah, like, I just saw it yesterday. It's fine. Like it's fine.
Can I, you know what, dude? Oh, motherfucker. Oh,
What?
I can't do it
But
yet.
most of them are
I'll do it later.
already eternal dragons, yeah.
Okay.
Which I'll discuss too when they ask. if we
I'll do
ask.
it later. You guys want to talk or
But then I'm afraid to tell them to
council?
because now the new chick's here.
Yeah.
That's true.
To kind of go off older Ravenguard, I recognize the importance of caution, especially in light of the recent attacks that have been escalating in severity. We have already quadrupled the amount of protection we have on the Dragon Mask that we possess. I believe that by destroying the Dragon Mask will cause more of an intelligence complication that could escalate a war that we do not wish to have and will put untold lives at risk. And here's why. With the Dragon Mask in our possession, we recognize its importance, and we recognize that it existing will direct the cult's attention. That's an attention that we can be prepared for. If it were to break, be destroyed, and the cult could no longer use what they have, do you really want the cult to feel like they've lost?
But why
Because
not?
in my mind, what will happen is with an army of dragons at their hands, they will send them everywhere they possibly can to wreak havoc across the lands. You've already seen the dangers that they've unfolded on towns, just to grow this hoard of wealth in preparation for this mighty arrival. My fear is that by destroying it, which they will learn about, it seems they know your location pretty much wherever you go. Were they to find out that the Dragon Masks were destroyed, then you would condemn towns to their death. I would rather lose people in a fight reasonably and to minimize my collaterals. And that's too much of a risk of the innocents when my job is to protect them.
Can I
I can't
insight?
throw them in the way. Sure.
You know what we should do? We should take a side quest
What,
and go
25?
try to steal the Black Mask.
25?
Yeah.
And see if the
He
defense
seems
are
very
sufficient.
passionate
I mean,
on that statement.
Right.
We could.
Can't stop yelling that one. That's a rough. That'll be a rough go. At that point, Laryl Silverhand goes, while we've had some pretty honest and thoughtful, productive discussion, we do have some recounting to go through. We all are eager to hear about the results of your conclave meeting with the metallic dragons. We're very interested in learning what you were able to bring to the table, and from handling the situation at the Misty Forest, which Melandrock says, King Melandrock, I apologize, says as a result of his son, Prince Elegathis, has been resolved. We are grateful for that. So we wish to give you the floor to kind of recap what you've done, what you've gone through, what you've learned, and then we can proceed from there.
Hagon raises his hand.
Yeah, you guys are, at that point, you guys step down to that central podium where you guys are all able to kind of address the council as a group. And
So-
you guys may go.
We, will all here who are familiar with who Bahamut is raise their hands? And does
Everyone raises
raise
their hand. Yeah, everyone raises their hand.
That makes this next part a lot easier. We spoke with the dragons for a long while at their special dragon island, and what happened was Bahamut ended up, I don't know what the word would be for it, using Lux as an avatar to project himself
Like an exorcism.
commune with the dragons.
Yeah, at that point, you hear a lot of like whispers and kind of you see Onthar Froom.
Pull out your thing.
On
the staff. Not your. Pull out.
Onthar Froom. You hear Onthar Froom's like, by the gods, and Bron Anvil's kind of the same way. He's like, by Moradin's beard. And like a lot of them are kind of discussing. See, Tear and Silverblade's kind of like,
And Bahamut yelled at the dragons for not doing their part in protecting the mortal kind. So they pledged their allegiance to us in this fight against Tiamat. Or
you
not
see at
allegiance
that
to
point,
us,
everyone
they
kind
will
of
work
like
with
there's
us.
kind of like a brief moment of it's a lot of like positive sound. Everyone's kind of like, oh my god, the dragons! We have like the dragons. And Never Ember actually steps up and kind of looks at you and goes, I wish to be very certain. You said that the dragons themselves
Will help us.
will assist us, and they will be mindful of us in our endeavors.
That was what they said. Because they said that they would fight Tiamat either way, but now they will be careful for us as well.
It wasn't really us, it was Bahamut.
Truly.
If what you say is true, and I do not wish to say this in a way of over-exaggerating your exploits, I am very grateful. If what you say is true, then whether you believe that the gods are the puppeteers of the universe, or you believe that they provide doorways for us to cross forward into, opportunities that you can choose to ignore or not. It appears as if Bahamut could not have rallied the dragons without you. Or that Bahamut would have rallied them either way, and you happen to be a useful idiot in the matter. Regardless, a lot of towns will be safe with genuine defenders and protectors, and dragons to rally our soldiers. What were the conditions of the agreement, if there were any?
They want the black dragon mask as soon as possible. I thought it was fair.
Just the black dragon mask.
That's it. I think, right? Like unless I'm absolutely forgetting something.
They want a body or something.
Oh, and they want.
We'll talk about that later.
What do you? I don't remember. What is it? I need to know at least because we can't lie to them. They're gonna inside us. No, that's not fair, dude. Because technically Hakon didn't forget. I just don't fucking remember, dude. I literally thought it was just the black dragon mask. I motherfucker, dude.
Wait, did we give the dragons a body or not?
No.
I remember making a joke about the dragons playing with the body. That's how I remembered it.
I think it might have been Tiamat.
But wouldn't it have to? Was the person supposed to be alive though?
Yeah.
Dude,
Still be alive, but it's dragged over.
I didn't write it fucking down, dude.
Dang.
Majority of good roll.
Remember you get in trouble. Wait, is one of the dragons there?
No.
What did you roll to be?
What? Yeah, what else did I
Did you see that?
Oh, the mask square.
Which mask player?
The blue one. Gavin.
They wanted Gavin's body? No. They did not want Gavin's body, dude.
I thought he wanted Narenbane, right? No, he wanted Severin, right?
That's the white one, right?
No.
Severin's the leader.
White square.
Everyone's the red one.
Severin's the leader, yeah. He's
Wait, was it a body?
This is like a weird mahjong game where you guys don't know which pieces are which.
I don't do.
Oh, this was hurting my brain.
I really thought because I was like, yeah, that's all we need is the black dragon mask, dude, and it's fucking game
I
over.
think he wanted the white square.
No, because
Long dead. He was dead before you met him.
I thought he wanted him wanted his body or something.
no, didn't he want? He wanted Severin, the leader, right, of the cult.
That is correct.
They wanted Severin.
Yeah, they wanted Severin's body.
That's fine. Yeah, that's easy. And they wanted Severin's body. Sorry,
So just to make sure I have it clear, they want one dragon mask. And the leader of this growing threat. They want his body
Yeah.
to entomb, consume, destroy.
They did not say.
Dragon things.
Right.
They just feel safer. They feel as if the dragon mask is safer in their own hands.
I need you to, and you can choose whether or not you want one to do it at disadvantage or advantage, not disadvantage. One to do it at advantage, or you both to just roll a roll. I need a straight charisma roll.
You should just
What's
like
my
betray
charisma,
me that.
dude?
You should like
No,
betray
motherfucker.
me.
Right, we both rolled, dude. Come
Dude,
on.
could
I'm
you-
still gonna beat you. What's your
Give me advantage.
+5, dude? Alright, dude. Fine. Come on, dude. Oh, man.
Ah, it's just like
No, you got it.
So you can roll at advantage.
Good hands. Well, you don't even need to, bro. Dude, what is it? What's the magic number?
12.
Oh, dude. Easy. Light work.
Yeah, it's 17.
17. We will discuss those terms with the representative of the metallic dragons. I imagine Elia will return. And you see Laryl Silverhand's like, I imagine so. But yes, it won't be difficult to discuss these terms with the dragons, as long as we're not mistaken. I don't wish to. I just want to make sure we have as much information accurate as possible, because it would look poorly on our behalf if we were to come confused.
I am confident that is all the conditions that they set out.
All right. Well, we'll discuss with the dragons when we get the chance. So you were successful in getting the alliance of the metallic dragons, and it seems as if you haven't had to make any unnecessary deals amongst them in order to kind of win their assurance in the matter. And at that point, you notice with your passive perception, Vidania, who's sitting, she's still kind of like bandaged from different wounds that she's had, looks visibly relieved at hearing that, and through a lot of other delegates as well, or pretty much everyone's ecstatic that the metallic dragons are joining. A few that really strike out. Antar Froome is really a little bit more so excited. Delon Winterhound, Conrad Braun Anvil, and King Melendrock. All of them are they're a little bit more kind of encouraged about the metallic dragons joining the group.
+1.
Now, with that, what then proceeded? We imagined then you went as swiftly as possible to the Misty Forest.
Yeah, Otari Leocarnos actually took us there.
Dragon flight. That is a swift transportation.
Scary. And upon reaching the Misty Forest, we observed roughly between 8 to 12, young to adult green dragons, as well as the Emerald Assassin Truth.
We only faced a total of 4.
I know, but we saw 8 to 12 there, but I don't know.
No,
What? That's what I had in my notes.
they had 8 to 12. They had 8
On the way.
on the
That's
way.
right,
Yeah,
that's
so
right,
it was
that's right.
potentially going to be 12 dragons in the area.
That's right.
But by
No,
slaying
no.
all the dragons, you were hoping that it would strike them to be like, okay, we got to pull back.
So there was 4 and Chuth?
There were 3.
and
Yeah,
Chuth.
4
Okay.
total.
Okay, so there was 3 and
Chuth
Chuth.
being the big one.
Otari Leocarnos killed the 3, we killed Chuth, and relieved the Misty Forest.
You see King Melendrock kind of stands up and goes, just to remind everyone about this, Chuth is commonly known as the Emerald Assassin, a very abhorrent green dragon that has wreaked havoc across the woodland realms for a large amount of time. I can say from the bottom of my heart, with the gratitude of the Elvish people, thank you.
We'll be saying that later.
And he sits back down.
It's our honor. I look at you guys and I go, I mean, I don't know how this is going to go over, but I am going to tell them, I'm going to say, we also managed to defeat the Green Mask Worm Speaker.
Oh, so we have another worm speaker slain.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have the mask with them either, but we're hoping that the impact to morale only helps our cause.
I'm sure, yes, with the whittling away of leadership. It is good information as well. You see at this point, Romalia Haventree actually kind of raises her hand and see. Yes, we'd like to recognize Romalia Haventree at the floor. She kind of sits for a second. I want to make myself just maybe as very clear as possible. And I don't wish to come off the wrong way, but I'm starting to notice kind of a reoccurring pattern, one that I'm grateful but not fully grateful of. Every leader you come across, you slay, you kill, with none brought back that we would be able to efficiently interrogate for as much information as possible. Well, I get the conception of removing the head off the serpent. I get that. Trust me. But this is also a battle of information, and her eyes turn towards Rihanna Nightshade, one that most of us do not wish to lose to others.
What did you ask him when he died?
The mask locations, but I don't feel like sharing them to them.
Well, they're our friends.
Yeah, but there's other ears too that I just feel like shouldn't listen, shouldn't know.
Dude, why are you guys so against Zentarum, dude?
Because they're evil.
They're not evil, dude. They're like the guys. They're like
Sus. Emergency meeting. Gray did it. It's Gray.
They just help both sides, dude.
No, they don't.
Gray sus. Whoa.
Yeah, they're pretty
Did
selfish.
you see the way she looked at Mulder and
Say who?
Ravengard? The way she looked at Ravengard when I brought up.
Do you...
I thought it was Ravengard who grew
At this point, Romalia kind of... I would like to know if you are mindful of that fact, and this is an unintentional... Is this an intentional thing? What is happening here? It's just a pattern I've recognized.
I understand where you're coming from, and I agree, lady, that we should be trying to capture them. But the problem is
Refer
that
to me as
normally
lady one more
when-
time.
When I look at
It is...
the guy
I'm going to
who
stop you for a
points to
second.
speak-
I'm going to stop you for a
no,
second.
dude.
It is either Lady Haventree or Lady Romalia. Don't call me a lady.
Can it be my lady? I'm running like I didn't say that.
Her husband was murdered by the cult. That was the whole start of the campaign. of this leg of the campaign.
All right. Miss Romalia Haventree. It's just that typically they tend to outnumber us either 2-1 or 3-1, and by the time that we get to whoever the leader is, they have either already been killed in the heat of combat, as they don't tend to run away. They usually tend to stay where we come across them, and so it's never a tackle and capture. It's never a drop your weapon. It's always to the last breath with these folk. However, I do want to say that I think we can all agree that we should make a more conscious effort to try to capture.
But we
someone
only
who knows
have
things.
one left available, since the body of Severin the Red has already been promised. And so it appears to me that this Galvin the Blue is our only chance at getting a source of information that we can dry like an orange.
Whoa. Sounded
Yeah,
kind
juice
of
it until it's dry.
Like she enjoys it.
No, like getting all of the juice out of it
Yeah.
until it's dry.
But like that's just a really
Desiccate
funny
it.
analogy to use for like
You're right.
torture.
Well, they have interrogation methods.
Interrogation. I'm sorry.
Lux wants to find like a completely dry orange.
A what?
That's his side goal. Is to find a completely dry orange.
Okay.
Big brain.
Side quest unlocked. Dry like an orange. Find a dried out orange. Return to quest giver for 10 XP.
I'd like to see how it goes. Oh, wait, we're doing XP now, bro?
No. 10 XP would be nothing at this level. Are you kidding me?
Well,
10 would be barely anything at level 1. Takes 300 to go from level 1 to 2.
oh. Alright, I say we reduce it by 100%.
1 XP?
No, it'd be 30 XP to go.
Oh, no. You see at that point, Conrad Braunanvil kind of perks up. It's been brought to our attention that, well, you guys have been absolutely successful by every stretch of the imagination, as we've seen so far. That,
Not for everyone.
obviously with the death of the most recent worm speaker, but we haven't gotten a name for this worm speaker. Is that information that we've uncovered?
Last time I tried to lie about something, I got caught.
I'm
dude.
gonna look at Melindrock. I'm just gonna say it to him.
You're ballsy, dude.
Sadly, the most recent worm speaker was your son, Narratvane.
You see, like, the entire audience chamber go silent, and Melindrock is kind of sitting there. Both of his hands are kind of, he's kind of poised, and he looks at you, and his face kind of goes from like but he kind of turns, and he leans into his chair. I don't know if you consider this a cruel joke,
I'm gonna bow.
but my youngest son has been dead for years. Yeah, you
Unfortunately,
bow.
I have to say that is untrue. I was the one who slayed him.
If you called us here to tell you the truth, I can vow for him. And all of us else, and the other people here can too.
We wish it was a
No, I'm gonna step in. I didn't want to give the proper name at the start, for the wrong reasons. I apologize.
Everyone's still eyes are on him, like on Melindrock, and like watching like what he will do, and you can just see he's got nostrils flaring as he's like processing.
Do we have a
this.
way to prove it? Do we have? Hey, can we pull out that green gem
He
necklace?
can inside us.
Like, will
We're
he
not lying.
recognize
I
the
mean,
green gem necklace? No.
do we have like an insignia or anything?
You guys took his journal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can give him that.
Okay.
You, who had it? Someone give him the journal. Yeah. We give him the journal.
You see, he takes the book, the leather bound, and he actually he gets up to it and he carries himself.
That's okay.
And he does. He takes
wants
the
to
takes the
know.
leather bound journal and kind of like wipes across it just to kind of get some of the dust off. And
No, he needs the closure, dude. He needs the closure.
he flicks it open and kind of goes through the first few pages. And again, from when you guys read it, a lot of the initial content was about Narenvane's kind of pain at being exiled by his father, in which after that he was then pronounced dead, and using kind of that anonymity to distance himself, not just like physically, but like emotionally distance himself and kind of cut off his family. Before then, those emotions that were never resolved got darker and more twisted, and then led him down the path to where he had ended up before you slew him. He just reached through kind of like a first few of those pages, and you see it takes maybe like 4 or 5 before you can see like a breath. It feels as if like the air and time has gone still, and you can hear the sound of the pages turning when he slowly flicks to the next page. And it's just like this long held tense breath, just he kind of closes the book swiftly and drops it like to the floor. This is no news that any father wishes to hear. He begins to walk towards the his chair. You can see it with your passive perception. I think you more than anyone that you can see glistening in his eyes. So he's fighting back the tear from falling.
God, it's so sad.
And as he walks a few steps, he trips, he stumbles, he falls, and he kind of catches himself for a second. Everyone kind of gets up and like just tries to see, except for Rion and older Ravengard, who are just kind of watching this exchange. You can see at this point, Leosin or Lanthar is the first to kind of, he like swiftly makes his way over and goes like, King. And he's like just trying to like hold him just from like a weight perspective, and Melindrock kind of puts a hand firmly on him and kind of pushes himself up and kind of, I don't need your help, thank you. I appreciate your concern and your assistance. Makes his way to his chair and he slowly sits down. It's just like blank. Thank you for providing a unknown closure.
So after we finished in the forest, we began to make our way back, and I believe that is the I don't know, the ambush that you guys heard that they had set for us, that everyone has kind of been talking about.
Yes, you see Daggle, the attack on Neverember. Nope, the attack on Daggerford.
Daggerford.
Thanks, Daggle, for tricking my mind. Yes, the attack on Daggerford. We heard a lot about the details. We have Terran Hornblade working on identifying the entities that were reported. They were almost demonic, is what the reports had said.
Yeah, they were terrifying.
But we know that your recent ventures have indicated that they've allied themselves with the fiends of the Nine Hells, not the fiends of the Abyss. So we're trying to verify what types of creatures they have now acquired, if these are maybe devils that we are unaware of, which is a worry we all have. Or if these are other types of creatures that will be purged either way.
I believe some of them.
Yeah, they were light work.
You see, at this point, Onthar Froome actually stands up and... Right, well, I'd like to say just so far is that based on the information that I have heard, I believe the fiendish types to be Yugoloths, but we don't have enough to confirm that. I'd rather confirm before we really start to provide information, but if it is what I suspect, then the paladins of my order will be straight up to the task of defeating these creatures on the battlefield.
The paladins.
We'll be able to handle that.
Yeah, boy.
And he kind of sits back down.
What kind of creature is that? History check?
Roll a history check.
Can try to make a family check.
11.
Can Hazaron tell me anything about him?
I just want to because I got a 10.
19.
Would they look like the things that we saw?
What? What was that?
I got a 10.
Well, I got higher than
A
that.
10?
I got an 11.
Yeah. Do they look like the things we saw? Can I tell it off?
The bearded
The bearded devils? Or what are you trying to like? What if what
that,
look like the things you
that
saw?
big thing we fought
Yeah,
when we got jumped.
yeah,
I thought that's what he's talking about.
yeah.
So they are the same thing?
He imagines that they're Yugoloths.
But with the history check then, like would I be able to tell to be sure?
That he's speaking about those creatures.
History on those creatures?
Right.
So like how those creatures look, does it
He's
match
asking,
up?
is it a Yugoloth? Like, is it actually a
Can you
Yugoloth?
confirm?
Right.
that
Yeah.
it was
She's just trying to know about Yugoloth. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10.
A 10? No.
To my 11?
No.
I rolled a 19.
19. You know that Yugoloths have had a historic tie-in. They are similarly called demons, but they are separate from demons.
Well, aren't we talking about
Huh?
anti-demon demons? Austin.
What are they,
They've
angels?
been historically
No.
classified as demons, but they're separate from demons.
Yeah,
which
they're
are probably
called
devils.
demons, but they are
They're probably
distinct.
created by a ritual. Is what
These
that means.
these are very distinct creatures, and very little is known about them from like the common perspective. So these would be things that you might want to research more on your own if you wish, or see if they're able to confirm it, in which you imagine they would provide as much information as possible. Well, I believe, and you see Laryl Silverhand kind of perks up, I believe I speak for everyone here that we have been amazed, really impressed by your efficiency and your heroic deeds that have only, begun to grow. Word has traveled around the cities and the towns, especially after the assault on Daggerford, and our Sword of the Council has started to make a name for themselves. A lot of people recognize you as the foretold heroes of Greenest that were summoned to Waterdeep. A small band of mercenaries that we'd only just heard about in tales up until our first meeting, but now you are being spoken of across towns and cities around the lands of Faerun with very high esteem. I believe it only goes to show the character that you bring forward to the many adversities that you faced. As I'm well aware that Sir Istval is, incredibly grateful for the defense of the town he represents, I am also very encouraged to know that there are heroic and noble defenders of this land. We would like to open the opportunity for you to ask things of us, that we might be able to assist you before our time grows short. We know that things are escalating and things are getting to the boiling point. We know of this well of dragons, and we are learning of its location as we speak. There are a few things we know that are going to need to be accomplished before a final battle is even on our conversations. But war is going to begin to break out. Our forces are going to start to be sent to start fighting the cult in open grounds, or, in subtle ways. But after today, battles will be fought. Whether you're a part of them or not is dependent on what is still left for you to do. But we offer you a chance to let us know how we can support you further. Since it appears as if every delegate here has pledged themselves so far to the war efforts.
Are we allowed to have a selfish desire before we might lose our life? Hear me, it's not anything worth any actual money, but it has to do with my family.
You see, she kind of perks up. I'm all ears.
Well, I recently found out that my mother had sent me away and left me a fake letter about my entire family being massacred. And I found out recently from Vidonia that my father's been looking for me all these years, and my mother has kept this some big secret, and I think she deserves...
You see Vidonia steps up and goes, no. I'd like to step in. There's a little bit of inaccuracies there. Your mother didn't hide you. Another family.
Sorry.
No, just I'm here to represent Lord and Lady Tiamborn.
Yes.
I don't.
Sorry.
So I just wish to.
Without
And she sits back down.
To be truthful.
And you just see she just sits there like this.
To be truthfully honest, I believe it was a mistress then, or just a second companion of another nobility, and there was a lot of jealousy involved. So she took me away and hid me, and I'm happy with where I am now. But I believe that she deserves legal retribution.
Family matters. They seem incredibly complicated. Might I ask what you are requesting?
That she is arrested.
Well, that is going to require a formal investigation. Divinus Vidonia Cardinal, it seems that while there is some miscommunication of the factual components to the matter, we'll do it this way. Is anyone opposed to tasking Vidonia Cardinal investigating into the matter. And you can see everyone raises their hands. And they're like, she kind of looks around. Okay. And you can see at that point, Conrad Braunhamel just goes, I just don't understand why we even bother dealing with civil courts. We got dragons burning towns to the ground. I'm sorry, lad. I understand from the bottom of my heart. Family's family. You got to put your family first, and I get that. There's bigger priorities at stake. There's a bigger fish to fry, man.
But what if I die and I never get the chance?
Well, then you're going to die unhappy, because there's going to be other people that would love to live without worrying about whether or not you get to arrest your mommy's friend or not. I don't wish to sound harsh, but I mean, it is the harsh reality. There's a lot of families. What about kids that'll die at the hands of dragons? Huh?
Well,
you saw what happened at Daggerford. Times that by 10 just because you wish to go handle your personal matters.
I see why you feel this way, but I don't believe taking up a couple of minutes of time is going to make us...
It's going to take us a lot more than a couple minutes, lad.
Well,
now, you can see at that point, Lero goes, Ambassador Braunanvil, I get your concerns, and I imagine that everyone else kind of shares the similar concerns about the allocation of resources. So, what I will say is I have a private investigator that I can task. I can set to the task.
I don't request it to be done now, but if after the war you can do it, then that's...
Well, if after the war, then everything can happen as it should.
Alright.
Then we can definitely look at that for that. Is there any other asks that you have? Pretty well. It appears to me that we have identified the location of a rumored spot. Jean-Thal's tower has been made aware to us. We have been searching for it since our last meeting, and we were fortunate enough to be able to find it.
Hell yeah.
So it seems that the last of the Worm Speakers lies before you. We wish to see this Worm Speaker brought to justice, and to acquire information of or possession of the Blue Dragon Mask and try to get more into our hands. It has also been brought to our attention by Brianne Nightshade that another matter needs to be addressed, which I will let her disclose.
Oh no.
She kind of sits. I told you, having friends in low, dark places has always been a very great thing to have. Well, it has been very evident, as you all can see, that the Cult of the Dragon has been making a lot of allies in, the hellish zones, everywhere they can possibly get creatures and these malevolent, as you would say, these brute killers, right? It has been very obvious to us that they've made an alliance with a more sinister group, very pernicious. Unfortunately, not the kind of group that you would ever want to get involved with. They've allied themselves with the Red Wizards of Thay. At that point, again, there's like a simultaneous, like kind of shock and gasp, especially from Tarn, Thunderspell's Hornblade from Silveryman. The Red Wizards are a ambitious group, and it seems, based on my informants, that you all had traveled with one of these wizards for a brief period of time, by the name of Asbara Joss, who was under the directions of Wrath Modar.
No, shoot, dude.
Both of them were Red Wizards of Thay. My informant was very intrigued in your handling of circumstances throughout your adventurous trek to Waterdeep via caravan.
Did they catch you doing everything?
Yeah, see you being all sneaky and shit. I wonder if they saw you.
So, we were able to ascertain that not only are they allied with the Red Wizards of Thay, it's not really the Red Wizards of Thay that they are allianced with. It's a splinter cell, a group, very similar to how this Cult of the Dragon is functioning in terms of the larger cult at play. The Cult of the Dragon has been around for a long time, as long as people have worshipped Tiamat, the Dragon Queen herself. Mostly, they have been finding the graves of dragons long dead, resurrecting the bodies through necromancy, and utilizing these Dracoliches to wreak havoc across lands and obtain power, knowledge, information, favor. Obviously, with their turn towards the living and the release of Tiamat herself, this small and radicalized, different group of the cult has become now the big majority. But not this group of the Red Wizards of Thay. It appears that their goal initially was to ally themselves with the cult in order to usurp Zastam, the famous Lich leader of the Wizards of Thay. Now, I have been informed that Rathmodar and Asbar Joss have been slain. I wonder by who. I have a suspicion. But that does not eliminate the threat that there are other wizards that are present. Wizards that the Red Wizards of Thay are not aware of. Therefore, I proposed to the council, and they all very hesitantly agreed. It was a pleasure to get all of their heads nodding at once. That they should send people to Thay to deal with that, get that all fixed. You know, let them know what their children are doing when they're not around. They
Damn.
raised you up to the task.
They're sending us into the middle of a gang.
Guess so.
Thay is a country, not a gang.
Well, they're gonna put us right.
It's a group of people. They are a nation. They are the Red Wizards of Thay. So someone needs to go to Thay to deal with that. And the Thayans are interesting. With your recent success, they thought you to be the best group to do so. I would have to concur.
Alright. Well, I don't think we can really say no. So let's,
So you've already understood. I love that. You can see there's a lot of people in this room just biting their tongue.
Now, I had a couple more questions for you, Miss, Nightshade.
I'm all ears.
So the Zentarum, there's nothing more that you're benefiting out of this than Tiamat dying?
I admire your
Come on.
persistence and determination, but I have a group to represent. And unless you have anything to offer that might buy any potential information I may or may not have on that question, I just don't see the importance in really answering it, other than knowing for certain, which I can assure you, that Tiamat's death is necessary for the well-being of the world.
I hand you a silver, dude.
Do you look out for the well-being? Do the Zentarum, as their representative, look out for the well-being of the world?
Define well-being. Because I've seen many cities here be so well defended by peace and freedoms, yet their children and poor starved in the streets. They're not fed. Are they well? Are they being kept well? Maybe. I've seen cities that are prominent in success and prosperity, but they're held under an iron thumb. Not a thought that they can even have without being ascertained. And are they being kept well? I don't know. That's a good question.
My question is, do the Zentarum act for the benefit of the Zentarum or for the benefit of people?
The benefit of the people benefits the Zentarum.
Are you saying that from a business perspective?
I could be.
Sounds like it.
I'll let you decide.
Alright.
How do we? It's a country. Do we, oh, we have to take another boat, don't we? Do we?
We have...
No, we got a fast mount.
We have dragons. Yeah, I don't want to take another boat, dude.
Terry Leocardos isn't gonna
boats
fly you everywhere.
Makes me feel weird, man.
What if we give her a plaque?
For the sake of travel to... In order to go to Thay, with the
Wagons.
distance we did not seek to acquire naval travel.
Yes.
So we purchased an airship.
Yeah. Oh,
Cool.
that might not be very good either, dude. Do you move around on that? Yeah, obviously you move around. It's
We're
a
probably gonna
ship.
get shot down, dude.
Or maybe
Level 14
flying dragons
Yeah,
might
we're
attack
thinking
us.
Huh?
we're gonna be in the
Air
air.
would be level 14 on it.
Depends.
Yeah, man. All right, let's do it.
All right. Well, did you not think that there'd be any concern for dragons taking an airship?
Just as much as they'd be concerns for dragons taking a sea ship.
But we're
Airships
kinda-
are faster. That's what we took into consideration.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
You were the
20
ones that
knots.
made friends with
20
metallic dragons.
knots
Maybe
in
you
that
can
baby.
plead for their protection. Otherwise, the ship would probably be armed with
Prayer.
the best that money could buy.
all right.
And I'll be on it, dude.
Yes,
What, are you gonna
you're
swing?
fine. I heard the exploits of
She called me fine.
Hakon, the Dragon Slayer, and Lux, the Dragon Slayer,
Hakon does the rock.
and Nute Amakir, the
I'm
Dragon
a
Slayer,
dragon slayer, don't you fucking skip me.
and Mr. Arboris Greenleaf, the Dragon Slayer. See, why should we all be worried about you fighting dragons? You've been successful 100% of the time.
Hakon is bouncing his pegs right now.
Well,
But not in there, you know.
You actually hear in the back of your head as Hazaron's like, do you see Hakon? They respect you. They respect you because they fear you.
We could kill them all right now.
We absolutely could.
Jesus.
Do you want to put that to the test?
No. I'm really excited.
You are the strongest person in this room, and you know that. You know they depend on you for success. Why not just tell them to give you the proper respect that's due?
Hakon kind of starts hitting his head. He's like, stop.
Talk about the sword of the council. You are the sword of the council.
Give me 1 sec, man. Is he still going? Like, does it stop eventually or no?
He stops after that point.
Okay. Hakon like almost gets ready to leave the room. And he's like, okay, chill, bro.
You guys can tell that he's starting to get like kind of like headache irritated.
What?
Any other questions for me? Or
I'm done.
pleasant. Yes.
If we go back to, you said you'd offer us something. Do you think I could get a pet raven?
A pet raven. It's a very specific ask.
You brought up airship. Just, you know, something to kind of be my eyes. Plus,
Well,
I have some tricks up my
I
sleeve.
could get you a pet raven. It sounds like you want a trained raven. That's a different question. A raven that would be trained to listen to you specifically. I'm not sure how I could procure one out of thin air.
Would that be possible?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Are you by chance well versed in the arcane?
Yeah.
You are. You should be able to conjure one then. Are you
No,
not a
That's
conjurer
not
of any
the
sort?
same
Not
thing.
that I'm arcane. I'm bright yellow, you know. I don't
Oh, I can see that.
That dark stuff.
I believe it is an option amongst arcane users.
I prefer, you know.
It's a
like,
familiar. You've never heard of one,
I've heard of them.
and you cannot create one,
No,
but you can slay dragons.
I'm more like summon gods and stuff like that.
Oh, you summon the gods to themselves.
Like,
Well,
That's a
like
very
mean-
spout, and you can't conjure the raven.
well, you know,
Uh,
things are kinda cool.
it's not
I'm
a
aware
dishonest
I'm
claim.
aware it's a small, poor choice of words. That made me chuckle. You are a funny one.
That's, he's not lying.
You're a funny one. I appreciate. That was a good laugh. I'm not laughing at you. I'm
It'd be
laughing
funny
alongside
if
you.
Get Bahamut to yell at the council.
Bahamut comes out. You mother! Starts grabbing everyone by the throat like he did with. He's like, listen here.
No, not Melondrop, dude. Melondrop's sad boy hours right now.
You guys are locked in this room with me. It's playtime.
Look over King Earbuds.
Y'all need me?
Everyone just starts crying.
Sorry, you need time to think.
Alrighty,
Plastic eggs.
Now,
so
Laryl Silverhand also kind of stands. There are also two other endeavors that seem to have been brought to our attention. A wanderer from the outlying town of Parnast in the Great Peak Mountains has arrived here in hopes of relaying information to the four of you. He's very adamant that he speak with you, and we've spent some time ensuring that he is not in danger, and everything seems to check out. An individual named Einar Wolfson. It is a matter concerning what I imagine to be a form of resources in a tribe of wandering barbaric nomads throughout the great big mountain range. I'm not an archetype, I'm not an architect of war, but that sounds like a formidable force. You can see at that point, older Ravengard goes, "We don't need to deal with staining the morale of our men with primitive ape men."
Hakon, you might be able to, or not Hakon, Hazaron, you might kill that guy.
I will hold on to that maybe
Stop
till I can
gaslighting it.
thirst from it. There was that,
Sword, man.
and we were able to secure a meeting with Vidonia Cardinal and House Tianborn of the Elves of Mithranor, hoping to gain a bit more financial support from them. We wish to send you to Mithranor in order to acquire those funds. With Vidonia, I guess you will see your mother and father, so maybe handle the issues that you brought up then. Those 4 tasks are kind of set out before you. We trust you to do that as you see fit. You've been very successful thus far with the way that you've ordered your tasks, and have mitigated as many of the losses and casualties as best you can. So we won't micromanage you any further. You have our full support and recognition of respect in that manner. As of right now, we wish to take a tentative vote amongst the delegates of the Council of Waterdeep in order to get a baseline idea of whether or not people are going to be pledging that which they have promised to the war effort, as it seems we are being ready to start striking out. Older Ravengard, I know you are preparing to design our first battlefield. And you see he gets up and goes, "We are getting ready to strike out against the cult in an actual concerted effort. Our first official strike on the offensive. It will be a bloodbath, I can assure you, but we will remain victorious after we... Oh, trust me, you will see my eye," because as you're like... He's like, "You will see my armor when we are done with this battle. And it will look as if I've treaded the winepress of our enemies. I will be soaked in crimson."
That was Daggle, right?
No, that's older Ravengard. "The flaming fist will ensure that they char the necks of these soldiers after they've clenched their throats and torn head from
This
body.
guy's got everybody, dude. He's got a lot of soldiers, man.
I swear it on my honor."
Hoorah.
But yes, we are designing our first engagement. We want to make sure that we are effective, and we know dragons are going to be happening. I'm very excited to see dragons wage war.
Interesting, man.
Very well. Well, like I said, we wish to get a tentative vote on the matter, so we will start from delegates top to bottom. Lady Romalia Haventree, where does the harper stand? We have your support. And she kind of looks up and goes, "You have provided enough evidence that we should support the cause." Very good. Paladin Onthar Froome, the Order of the Gauntlet, aligned with your support of this party.
Not even a question.
Absolutely.
What I say.
They had their initial concerns, but trust me, they've stood up for the cause of justice and righteousness time and time again. The Paladins will stride forth. Very good. Delon Winterhound of the Emerald Enclave.
Mad puppy dog eyes right now.
He leans forward. "After hearing about the defense of the Misty Forest, Emerald Enclave is sure that we can assist in every way possible. I can speak as to myself and the city of Waterdeep that we will ally ourselves with you. You have my full support.
Come on, keep
Lord Daggold Neverember kind of perks up. You have earned my full support, without question. Conrad Bronanvil, Ambassador of the Dwarves. I'm not gonna lie, I have been extremely hesitant in helping you this entire council sessions that we've had. I thought you to be reckless. Thought you to be in it for the money, in it for the fame. And I have never been glad to be more wrong in my entire life.
Nice.
You have the support of the dwarves. And just to let you know that loyalty, that's not a loyalty to pass down. From this point on, you will be known as Dwarf Friend.
Yo.
Yo, we're dragon slaying dwarf friends.
That is not a small title. We will treat you as dwarves amongst our lands.
Nice.
Yo.
That's huge, man.
Dude, I want to say.
So I hope you carry that. I hope
that.
you carry that with the respect that it's deserved.
Yeah, no, I give him a good old.
He sits down.
Hey, shh, we're dwarf friends now.
King Melandrock kind of
Chest
stands up as he's next. The elves of the High Forest and the Misty Forest have also now considered you elf friends.
Yo. What?
You have our full support.
Nice.
Dwarf and elf friends.
And he goes and sits back down.
His parents will accept it.
Older Raven Guard is next. The Flaming Fist is without a doubt. We are committed to this war.
Are we fist
I mean-
friends?
Flaming fist.
Never, ever talk to me in that way again.
That was in game.
No.
We know that we will be doing the majority of the war. So we are dedicated to it.
Can I come with you?
No. The next to sit up is Tarn Hornblade. I'm a little bit more on the...
This guy's quiet the whole time.
That's fair. Been quite reserved. Watching,
Dude, we gotta keep
calculating. Like Conrad Boronanvil, I've been hesitant to commit Silvery Moon. But you will have our support. And again, sits back down. And lastly, Sir Istval, and he just stands up right away and he goes, yes, after defending my hometown, they have my support. You all have my support.
We got homeboy.
Then he goes and sits down.
How many more are there to support?
That's all.
A final vote will be done before our final battle as we go to assault the World of Dragons. And that will be to ensure that we are committing forces as unanimous effort. So just know that to take your initial affirmation of dedication to be temporary, so that you do not be overconfident. With that, does anyone in the council have any last matters to bring up, or shall we conclude for the day? A brief silence. Very well.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Crack on.
Wait. Nah, never mind. I can't. I shouldn't say that. Nah, it's okay.
Very well. Then we shall adjourn. The next we meet, the fate of the world will have been decided. Stride forth. Be victorious. Don't die.
Counting on.
You see Ontharr Froom goes, what? Don't die and then like not have a body. If any of you are to fall in battle and you can recover the body, please bring it back to Waterdeep, and rest assured I will get clerics on it.
Okay.
Yeah, since our fucking spellcasters don't want to get revived.
That is huge to know, actually. It's a very big deal. Thank you. No.
Now, whether we are successful, I don't wish to give your hopes high. Whether we are successful is another matter, but we will commit that to you.
Damn, we'll try. Uh-huh. Well, thank you.
This back down. Very well. We're adjourned for the day. Thank you all for your time, for the swiftness after Daggerford's attack. So Istval, and she kind of gets up and kind of heads this way. I know we wish to discuss, and she kind of puts a hand on his back as she starts to usher him out. Everyone's getting up. I know we wish to discuss, the restoration efforts of Daggerford, and the conversation kind of carries on.
Okay.
With that,
Wait. Oh, no, I can't leave my sensor. I have to play with bones to leave my sensor in there, and I don't want to play with bones for a minute outside the door, so I'm going to keep going.
you
What are you doing out there?
All the delegates watching me, like, what the fuck is this?
Magic shit.
You guys gather and exit out of the chamber hall, where you see the guards that have accosted Einar Wolfson are kind of outside with him, who hasn't changed much. I mean, his face, he's grown his beard out maybe just a little bit more since the last time you saw him in Parnas, several months before. And yeah, it's been almost half a year since the events in Parnas.
Wow.
Einar!
And
I start walking.
you see as he walks up to you all and greetings. It's a pleasure. See you all.
Likewise.
Kind of puts his arm out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Clasps it.
My boy,
shakes
dab
it.
him up, dab him up.
Did you get muscles? A little bit of
Muscles?
bigger.
No.
He leveled up.
I mean, they're toned, but I'm not a strong person. That's him.
It's called an ability score improvement, Katray.
He didn't increase his strength at all.
Yeah, but
He has an 8 to strength.
Yeah, it's a charisma, you know. I want to boost him up.
He looks at his flabby arms, goes, yeah, got, just lifting, been, benching elephants in my free time. There. So, but-
He's been turning into that.
oh,
Well, I mean, we use the mammoth, but really he's a dinosaur.
listen, I don't mean to pull you away. I know you have important matters to attend to. I'm
No, come
really
with us.
well aware of that, but,
We can talk
he
on
looks
the
to you. The figures that we met in Parnas, Skyreach, the castle, everything. I've been watching the tribe the entire time that since you've been gone, and keeping an eye on them, as I always have, as the Horn Hunter has tasked my bloodline to watch them to the end of days. Those same figures have approached your clan, and I fear they're starting to petition them down a dark path. I was suggested by the Horn Hunter to get you in hopes of rallying them against
You're clean.
that.
Look at all you guys. We gotta go.
Alright.
Oh, you have a piece of paper stuck in your... And he goes up to, like, your breast pocket and pulls out something that's been in your pocket the whole time.
Dude, that dude put a fucking piece of paper in your pocket.
Yeah, we need to
I
go,
wonder
though.
how this guy.
What is that? What does it say? Lux.
Meet me in the bathroom stall.
So I'm reading.
Oh, I should probably read it out loud.
It's just a picture, like a hand-drawn picture of an eggplant. And a couple droplets of water.
Read it. I want to hear.
And then a smiley face.
Read it for the party.
You don't know me, but we can help each other immeasurably. My name is Iskander, and I made a terrible mistake in joining the cult of the dragon. Sounds familiar. The cult's horrifying plans are sure to bring down to all. Doom to all. But I can stop those plans with your help. Rescue me from the cult's clutches, and I will deliver to you the prize of prizes, the blue dragon mask. Without it, Severn faces an immeasurable setback in his efforts to call Tiamat to our world. The mask is here in Zonfal's tower, being studied and guarded by only a handful of wizards, including myself. The danger
Man,
of
I
my
ain't never heard
choosing-
such bait in my
I'm
life.
not done. The danger of my treason becoming known grows with every passing day. And if I'm discovered, I'm surely be killed. Please hurry for the sake of everyone and everything you value.
Oh, that was funny. That was a good...
Yeah. All right.
Damn.
Damn.
Who? Do you remember the face of the guy that gave you that?
No.
If he was smart, he would have waited to give that to you after, so you didn't have a chance to tell everyone that in the fucking middle of the meeting. Save his own ass.
Yeah. That's
I don't like that.
Too
though.
bad we didn't find
It's like they're changing tactics. They're gonna ambush us one day and espionage us the next. You know.
But do we have to choose now?
No, we're going with Einar to my tribe. Well, not my tribe, but to the tribe which he watches.
Oh, your tribe first.
No, it's not. It's not my tribe. It's just it's a tribe that Einar keeps an
It is
eye
your
on.
tribe,
It's
look.
important, dude.
This is more important.
It's not more
It's
important.
literally the mask.
Okay,
It's the
well,
whole
I'm gonna
thing.
go, and you guys can go do that.
No, you're coming with us.
That's not.
You're coming.
Go ahead. Pull me.
That's not fair.
I'm going.
I'll cast one person.
I don't wish to cause division amongst the group.
But your mind's better.
I can.
It's. Well, I mean, would you want to see, Big Dragon get summoned?
I
Talk
know.
to his family?
What is the
Can
what
you
is the
stall them at all?
I can do my best. They don't know of me. It's not like I get involved with them. I can watch and have you meet me in Parnas if this is desperately more urgent. I know things are bigger. I just thought I would get you as soon as possible.
how many days of travel is Parnast away?
I don't know from Jean-Paul's tower from here it's almost a month's ride.
Well,
But the hunting lodge is still open. Fortunately, the teleportation circles that were there, they're somewhat useful. I was able to use it to head back to this castle in the middle
that
of
cuts
the
it in what,
swamp.
like 2 weeks then?
It did make it. Well, yeah, it made it about 2.5. Because once I got into that swampland, it didn't take long before I was able to hop onto the main road and just
might
head
be-
south in direction of Waterdeep, and here I was.
A month and a half for both ways, dude. Alright, well, we've also got the Red Wizards of Fae, that didn't seem very urgent. It just seemed like a problem. Like it was like hey, you wash my hand, I wash yours.
I
type
mean,
deal.
we knew that they were
Yeah.
working together
Yeah.
anyways.
And Vidania and Mithranor can wait because that's just I don't know what that's for.
Your
Politics.
mask and everything else goes to the bottom of the list. At least for me.
You talking about your stupid note?
Yeah.
No, we're not following the note.
The location of the mask is true. I did ask.
It's at John Thal's tower, but we've known that since like forever ago.
The mask?
The location of it at Jean Thal's tower.
Yeah,
Did
but
we?
can see the
Yes,
sky.
Well-
I have it in my notes from forever ago. We knew the worm. We knew
You knew that the
we
blue
knew
worm
a
speaker-
worm speaker was at Jean Thal's tower, and
Yeah.
we've known that for a long time.
No, but the mask has confirmed that it's there.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
Narendane confirmed it.
Yeah,
Narendane?
I spoke with him
Oh,
when
okay.
he was, you know.
Well, you didn't tell us that, dude. That's fair. Okay, well that is. But that so either way, so they know we're coming to John Thal's tower. That's more warning than anything, dude.
Warning, that's a cry for help.
That guy does not need help.
That's really.
I mean, all of you helped me when I was in need.
See, we take the chance. If not, the mask is still there.
All right.
Yeah.
What if
Double confirm.
What if I go with Einar and then catch up with you guys after?
We're not gonna see each other for a month.
I'll go really fast.
I searched for you in hopes of getting them to come along with you.
That's a terrible idea. We should not
Then-
split up at all.
Then I go with him. But if you will,
I'll head to Parnast.
can I give you anything to help you?
I mean, the only thing I can do is just keep an eye on them.
You said there's circles there.
You don't need money or anything for food or
The
lodging?
teleportation circle's also present. If you have a way to get there faster, I mean, I don't know. You seem that you've been growing in strength. That's a new belt, and
Do you think Vidania would be
no,
able
and he
to
looks at
help?
kind of like the weapons. Like those are new. So, can you guys not teleport yet? I just thought maybe that'd be like the next step.
I can show
You think I could teleport?
I know you can't teleport.
I can learn.
I'm kidding.
So
I'm kidding.
cool.
I'm
I
kidding.
don't know. I have a feeling.
Well, you
he-
halfway
yeah,
teleports.
yeah.
They do Misty Step. That's what
I
they
also
call
have
it.
Dimension Door
No,
too.
they have like a legit.
Yeah, they don't have like the teleport spell. Well,
What?
Does Vidania knows how to use teleportation circles, right? Yeah,
She does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's only a couple hundred feet though.
500. Oh.
What is Vidania like? Like what? I mean, Vidania would help us because we're us. Will you
Can't she tell?
No.
She could. She could teleport you.
We just need her help. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him my flint and tinder, and I'm gonna say take this to Vidania, and tell her that we asked her to help you teleport to Parnas.
Wait, we're in water deep.
Yeah, but Vidania's here.
So why
Isn't
some
she?
scrolls?
Can we go buy some teleport scrolls?
Yeah, you could.
All right. You stay here. No, you come with us. Come shopping with us. Dude, you're gonna be somewhere. It's cold in Parnas, isn't it? Can we get him a coat?
She did 3.
It's a little cold.
Yeah, he needs a coat, dude.
You know,
We all need coats.
Just in case we fuck up. You know, we want a backup.
Damn, dude. What other kind of scrolls can you buy? What's in the scroll market? Give me like a selection.
I just gotta get the
bro.
price based on the
We're going
spell.
shopping
They're gonna be
today?
expensive.
You got me all kinds of giddy.
Yeah, because it's a, I think teleportation's a 7th level spell.
Wait, if I just ran into that guy, was he just the messenger? Because he said he's guarding the thing. So
The
if
guy
it's
who
a
gave
month back.
the guy who gave you the note with the gun.
Oh, teleportation circle's a 5th level.
Yeah.
What happens
I
if
assume.
2 people
Unless
that
it's been
can,
there a
you
lot
know,
longer.
Nah.
cast spells, like use it together? Like, is there any way that we can?
Well, if you can physically cast the type of spell it is, so here's kind of your
If it's teleporting circle, I can guess it. I think you can guess it too.
Yeah.
Here's the
You're
options.
a wizard. You
So
just have,
you
like,
can
the
buy-
most open spell
you can
options.
buy a scroll of teleportation circle that will teleport you to a teleportation circle that you know of.
Okay.
That's a 5th level spell. That's a 5th level spell. So as long as you're capable of casting a 5th level spell, then it makes it easier for you to succeed on the
We'll buy
DC.
him too, so
I
he can
can't-
get
I
they
don't
can
have
get there
fifth level.
kind of quick. Well, actually, no, it was
I don't have 5th level.
because he just needs
Right
to get
now?
there, right?
You both should have 5th level spells.
Oh, do I?
Well,
Give up
can
to
I
7,
cast
yeah.
it?
What?
Teleport.
Wait, what? No.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
updated any of my spells.
So here's a fun fact though. Teleport is a 7th level conjuration. If you have 7th level spells to take, you could take teleport.
Can I
guess
And
I
not
can
have
take
to drop money
teleport.
on.
Can I use any of those?
I guess
spells?
I'm taking teleport.
Stats are
You
not
have to be
good
able to cast magic in order to use it.
Or just a regular old.
So I can't use any scrolls.
Not the scrolls.
All right,
No.
dude, take me to the potion shop.
Yeah, you can use potions.
I'm gonna buy
What's is the spell just called
couple few
teleportation?
more.
It's called
no, I'll
teleport.
just-
So there's teleportation
I'll
circle, which
just-
is a 5th level spell, and then there's
I'll run
teleport.
my potions by you when I
Um,
buy.
You might want to. We might want to get just the. Well, I mean, we can handle that because we'll take a tenner
I'm gonna
break
have to
here in just a
update
moment.
all my spells.
Yeah,
How
we'll do
much
that.
is a potion of great healing? 100 gold pieces? Do you want to go off the Google results?
Potion of greater healing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those are the ones that I use. Right, 100 gold per greater healing, so you can buy yourself as many as you need, within reason.
Your potions are like strength. Is there an enlarged reduce potion?
That would. Man, that's a good point. So go ahead and roll a d20. If it's odds, I'll say yes.
Wait, what did you ask?
If it's even, it's that they're scrolls, not potions.
Oh, okay. So I got.
Can you buy
It's a 9.
9. So yeah, they have a potion. It's either a potion of enlarge or a potion of reduce.
Enlarge.
A potion of enlarge. You want a potion of enlarge?
Okay.
Oh my god.
I want it for Icon.
Okay.
Will that increase his strength?
It will be 1,000 gold for a potion of enlarge.
Yeah.
Until I have.
Spit it out.
I think I have.
Since it's a
Add-on
potion,
does.
since it's a
Can I,
potion version of the
Can
spell.
I buy 3 potions of invisibility?
Sure. If you have the money for it, I won't tell you no.
How much is it? Yeah, but you're.
They're 1,000 gold.
Wait. Is there potions of haste?
No, that's a spell scroll of haste.
Oh, fuck. I'm stupid. Yeah. All right. How much is a potion of invisibility?
Probably give you like
100
haste
gold?
powder. 10 doses of haste powder. It's basically-
It slows down.
it's like and that's what everyone else sees. You're just like oh, you're so slow, what's going on? They just see you and you're like That'd be
oh my
fun.
god, bro! It should cost 2,500 gold pieces.
Huh?
It says. That's what the internet says, bro. Hang on. Is there like a book price for
A
it?
very rare?
Yeah, it says a potion of invisibility is
What's
very
the site?
rare. Adventure games. Yeah.
I'll make it
An
1,000.
11.
Let's go down here. Let's go down.
I'll make it
Potion of
1,000.
nine.
Or you can just listen to what I say. I'll make it 1,000.
All right, dude.
16.
1,000 gold, dude.
I started looking at Hakon buying all these fucking potions.
You're not here with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
I was looking at potions too.
No, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Hakon, I don't know how you got all the money to buy all that stuff. I won't ask, but can you please give me a cool scroll or something? I have like
I see how much money you have. I won't tell anyone, but you better buy me
No,
something.
you don't
right
see
now.
my money, bro. I pick my finger in one at a time, bro. I'm over here with my
Do you hear
little
like the
bag.
coins like
All right,
playing
dude.
when
All
he
right,
walks?
dude. All right, dude. All right,
Huh?
you guys. You
Like,
guys.
can you
You
hear the
guys. You guys.
coins, like-
No.
I give you all. I give you all 20 platinum.
What?
What? That's a lot of platinum, dude.
No.
How much is that, like, equivalent to gold?
Because each
Oh my God.
each gold or each platinum is
10
100. It said the internet said 100 gold. Let me double check.
yeah. I think it is 100 because I think each electrum is 10 gold.
Well, you just gave us
1,000
gold?
2,000
That's what.
2,000.
Yeah. Because each electrum is 10 gold.
10 gold. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So yep. So you guys have 2,000 gold.
Jesus.
God damn.
Oh my fucking
As he
God.
just hands you. Well, you have 20 platinum
Hakon, where
technically.
the fuck did you get this?
I found it, dude. I don't know.
You just hand out 20.
I didn't mean to guilt trip you into giving all of us money. You
Well,
could've kept it.
listen, I've held on to it for a long time, and I figured that, you know, if we're like you say, we're all gonna die, we might as well. You know, this was for my mom, but you guys can have some of it.
Dude,
all right?
Hakon's the only one that dies, and we find this like large stash of like he's got like 100 platinum on him. Like,
Right. Yeah, 100 platinum.
No,
He's got a protection.
How much
He's got a
do you
protection
have?
racket that he's running in water
Fuck.
deep. He's just extorting money out of people to keep him safe.
I was just adding up what you split between us.
All right. Well, hang on. After I buy, I'm not gonna buy 3 potions. I think what I'll do is I'll buy 2 potions of invisibility.
You want to buy a potion of enlarge with your newly acquired money?
No, I do not want a potion.
Not you. Talking to Lux.
I don't know.
He found out how much money he was balling with. He said, I don't know if I need to buy anything for Hakon anymore.
Seems like
I
Hakon's.
didn't know the potions did do anything. I want a cool scroll.
Yeah.
Well, we're in the potion shop, bro. So you're in the wrong store.
Well, they're in the same store, right?
No,
Magic store.
the potion.
You bounce between them. I don't care.
This. All right, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Because it would be like a smoke shop.
I picture like a
Well,
bar,
no.
it's like a little
Because you
shop, and
can't.
then
It's be
walk
like a
in,
smoke
it's like,
shop.
what
No,
the
I'm not.
That's a fair point.
Like a smoke shop and a liquor store, dude. Those are 2 different things.
When the wands come to you.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So I was gonna buy a breastplate, but it's not worth it now because of this belt.
Do you think you can give me
Or no,
regular
not the belt.
scrolls?
I just hit it already. The breastplate would only give me 17. But
Yep.
I have a 4+3, so.
Hey,
Yep.
And is that the breastplate's the highest you can get before you start getting disadvantage on stealth, right?
I don't remember if because most medium armors give you disadvantage, like scale mail.
Unless you'll let me start looking at buying like +1 or is there a +1 breastplate? Like no, yeah, it's not.
No, not available. You'd have to earn that.
Yeah,
Can I get a cast
unfortunately.
without a trace?
Sure.
What is that?
Yeah, 250.
Holy shit!
That's a second level spell, I think. Yeah.
can I get a ring of protection?
No.
I don't think do those stack.
There are no rings of protection available.
They don't. You
For
can't
your
like.
24 AC,
Plus
you
one,
will
plus one,
never
plus
see
one,
a ring
plus
of
one, plus
protection
one.
available.
Yo, like, what do you got? Like 6 rings on each finger.
I already can't hit the guy.
Is there any resistance, like magical items I could buy?
Well, you're already resistant to like
Resistance, yeah. You can get like a ring of fire resistance, a ring of like cold resist. Like those are things.
Yeah,
Is
you
there,
have
like,
the cold
dragon
resistance, right?
resistance?
No, that's not a thing. It's more of energy types.
Can I get a conjure raven?
Can I? Is there a ring of necrotic resistance?
It'd be find familiar,
Can
and
I,
you can't
And, like-
use a scroll to find. You
but
can use the scroll of find familiar, but the problem is like once the familiar's gone, that's it. The familiar's gone.
Can I buy a pet?
here's my rules on pets. You can have a pet, but if you get hit with a dragon's breath, the pet's dead. If you get hit with, because like
Unless you
what?
got a backpack.
Where are you gonna put this pet? Well, no. If you backpack the pet and you get hit with a fire breath, you're gonna open the backpack to a cooked pet. Like that's just the inevitable part of having a pet.
Well, it might raise my AC.
If you wish spell immortality.
No.
What about a bag of holding? Do they sell those or no?
If you have a wish spell,
Yeah,
you
they sell
can
bags of
powerful
holding.
your pet should
That
How
that
much are
item's
they?
too busted.
No,
We-
that'll never happen again. I'm well aware.
Two of them to come back.
Either will never let us kill someone with a bag of holding ever again.
Yeah.
We shoved someone inside of a bag of holding.
Yeah, they could only last in a bag of holding for so long because if you put a person in a bag of holding,
Omar was there for it.
there's a
Yeah.
500-pound limit,
Oh,
but they can't willingly leave. That's not a thing.
But we
Like,
didn't-
if you
but
get
that
thrown
was-
in there, you're
we
thrown
didn't-
in
We
there.
didn't put him in though. We just got it like halfway down his body, and then I think
Yeah, just
did he
held him.
just
it ended up.
suffocate?
It ended up just restraining him long enough
Can
for
I-
us to do enough damage to then take him out.
Can I go to the exotic pets dealer?
How much is
There's not an exotic pets
Can I-
dealer.
How
It's
much
not
is
a-
a bag of
Pets
holding?
dealer?
What kind of pet are you
Buy a bear
thinking
in a
of?
lion and find out.
Maybe like
Ask Rhea, dude. She's probably the black
and like an imp.
That's not a pet that people sell. That's a devil.
You can't buy imps.
No, that's a devil.
Fuck. Okay.
You're gonna need to find a legitimate like black market like arcane dealer that sells devils.
Oh.
You gotta find like you have to find someone that spent the time to subjugate devils to then sell them.
Can I go
Is there a
find the
potion
Bag of
for
holding.
time?
What's the price?
Oh, that's
I
what
need the price.
What does it buff your strength by? How much?
Let me put it this way:
How much was it? Is that 1,000?
devils, as you know, have been allied with the cult of the dragon. That would be a
Ethan.
conflict of interest.
I am gonna buy 2 potions of enlarge.
Okay, it's another 2,000 gold.
Ethan,
Yes,
how much is the bag of holding?
bag of holding.
Like 500 or 800 gold probably.
No.
They're pretty
more?
expensive, dude. Yeah, I think.
I mean, would we need it though?
I don't know.
I mean, it's 500 pounds of stuff, man.
These muscles all already take over.
They're 4,000 gold.
Well,
Yeah, I just had to pull out my price sheet.
can
That I
I finance it?
No,
What?
you can't finance. They don't like loans
How
around
much,
here.
How much money do you need?
I just need 2,000 more.
How much is it for that?
It's 4,000.
4,000 fucking gold, bro. Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ, dude. I'm looking over the bag.
You don't have to.
That's a pretty nice bag, dude. The rest of platinum. What is it? 20 more platinum,
Yeah,
right?
we've guilt the too.
Alright, dude. Now you have enough platinum for it, bro. Have fun.
Okay.
Fucking love that bag.
Mr.
How much fucking money does he have?
Money bag.
Not
He's
anymore.
got a
dude.
lot.
Not anymore.
I'll get the bag of
Back
holding.
on.
Okay, you guys have a bag of holding. Bag of holding holds
Well,
up
actually,
to
do you wanna
500
see-
pounds of
You
items.
want to see
Okay.
how many potions I
What?
You can, dude. I bought a lot of potions of great healing, dude.
How many did you get?
15
Where are you gonna carry that?
in my prison pocket, dude.
God dang it. Imagine being like, I gotta use a potion, like, boop.
Wait a second.
And like, I imagine
You know
the
what?
taste, the
In your bag
smell.
of holding, dude. How about them apples? Alright, dude. I'm gonna give you.
Do potions weigh anything?
Can you
Like a
carry them?
pound?
Dude, you
They
can
weigh,
carry,
I'll say they weigh a pound at most.
Dude, you can carry like a small city in that bag.
500 pounds.
Alright.
Yeah,
you-
small
you-
city.
You can carry half of a
A
house.
city of gnomes.
Are there like cloaks of invisibility?
Yeah, that'd be a thing.
Or, dude, the coolest one is a cloak with a.
How many attuned items do you have?
What
You'd have to kind
does
of like
that count as my weapon?
work around that. I think Mezzo's blades, is that an attuned item? They should say. Your
You only
bracers are wearable, they're not attuned.
But you only get 2 attunements?
It'll
or
say
1
requires attunement.
Yeah, I only have 1 attunement. Or
Okay.
actually, let's just say 2 if my I don't know if my bow is attunement, so let's just say 2, but I still have 1 extra spot.
2. Okay. A cloak. Visibility. A cloak of invisibility is going to cost you 2,500 gold.
I'm 300 short.
Ask
Can I?
Is that a nice cloak there, dude?
I'll give you my bag of blue dragon scales for your 300 gold.
Do I give you?
You don't want it?
No.
Wait, didn't you say? You give me
Oh,
the-
sorry, my bad. That price was based off of a potion of invisibility. Sorry, I misread what I was looking at.
Is it
Uh,
more?
It's a lot more.
Fuck.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's permanent.
How much is it?
Tens of thousands.
Oh my
Because it's a
God.
cloak. I read a potion. That's my fault. I apologize.
What a tease.
Dude, how much is the one that has the patches on it?
No.
The pat. You don't like that?
You don't have. No, I'm just saying you don't have the money for it. A cloak of many things, or a robe of many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't have the money for that.
What's the price range?
Tens of thousands.
Maybe I can
Well, at
get
least
that.
you guys have
What?
enough.
Tens of thousands.
Rope
I-
again.
Maybe.
Is there a potion of jumping?
I was close.
Potion of jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a potion of jump. It's a first level spell. It's like 500 gold
Okay, I'll get
for a
that.
potion of jump. Yeah.
How much is fast matter tracing again?
It was 250 for the scroll.
Oh, that's a cool school.
Actually, I'll say for your potion, just because it's a first level spell, I would put it probably as the price point of these scrolls, since it's jump specifically. So you can go ahead and mark yours down to 250.
Dexterous thing, rolling the
Yeah.
two.
I won't be that inconsistent there. So, okay. Alas, any more shopping to do?
Yeah, I don't want to shop, but is there a way, like, could I get Hazaron ornamentalized? Like, any, like, gold, like...
You would have to
or-
give it to a smith to do, and that would take time.
Oh, man.
You could look into that. You just would need to. There would be an element of having
Is
to
there-
give it
okay,
to a smith.
Secondly, is there a way, well, maybe then could I give them my greatsword and instead have it done to that, but then instead also have it magically blessed or attuned or something, if given...
To have like an enchanter
Yeah.
enchant your greatsword. Yeah, you
Like,
can
what,
do that.
What resources would that take?
It would cost money.
Okay. I'm open
In
I'm
order
listening.
to have a sword enchanted, a simple enchantment would be just a +1 enchantment. That's the simplistic enchantment. It depends on what type of enchantments you're looking for.
What's a +2 like?
A
'Cause we
plus
gotta at least match Hazaron.
a +2, you're probably looking around 5,000 gold for the enchantment, which you would have to provide for the enchanting services. A down payment of 1,000. The rest would be paid upon completion of the item. So he won't return the item unless you pay the rest. But that just allows him to cover the costs of the materials up front, so that he can, because he'll have to be
Well,
enchanting it.
Hey, what happened with these 5 different stones that we got? Do I still have them, or do we hand them out to people?
I don't know.
Big old stones.
Oh no, we have some.
Well, how many do we have? Did we use any yet?
I don't think so.
If you want to sell my dragon skills, you can.
Well, I think because we've got 5 that are worth 800, 5 that were 600, 5 that were 400, and 5 that were 200. I think altogether that's 5. It's 4,000, right? Yeah, 5 times 8, 4,000 plus 3 is 7,000. Like that, those 2 alone will cover. You know, yeah, I want to do that. Can I give him? Will he take gems, the precious stones?
Are they worth 1,000?
So we got. It's when we got. This is what I had the breakdown of the loot from
Yeah.
August 1st. It was 5 for 800, 5 for 600, 5
Right,
for 400, 5 for
right. So how much are you giving him?
I'm gonna give him the 5 for 800, which puts us at
4,000.
4,000, and then he needs another 1,000, right? So I'll give him a 600 and a 400.
So you'll give everything up front.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
And then
Give everything up front.
My one specific request is that can they make the blade like 1.5 times bigger at least? Make it a longer sword, a bigger stick, if you will.
He's asking for
The
the
good old-
fucking
If
Teddy
you
Roosevelt.
if
lifted truck. He's asking for the lifted truck.
that would be an extra 500 gold.
That's fine. I'll give him another 600 for being a nice guy.
Okay. He takes your starting weapon greatsword that you've had since your adventures in Greenest, and an enchanter in the city of Waterdeep will work on enchanting your weapon to be a +2 greatsword that is 1.5 times bigger. Which won't be really how big it is, because that would be twice as big.
Yeah.
It's basically twice
What
as
am I
big.
gonna
so
use
no.
when I enlarge
You can't have a
it?
sword that's the sword grows with you. when you enlarge.
Does it really do?
Yes, the
That's-
It's not like you grow big and everything else gets small. I'm just saying you can make it a little bit bigger because it'll do
Alright.
additional damage.
It's fine.
Just
It's fine. It's
gotta-
fine. It's fine.
it's just
It's
gonna
fine.
modify the
I'm
weapon.
gonna find a special guy who's gonna put a little something.
Can I get a tattoo?
Like matching tattoos, bro?
Sure.
Muhammad.
Okay. You can pay one of the nearby gangs to, because there's no like tattoo parlors. You can get like criminals to tattoo you. It's really awkward because they're tattooing a god on you, and it's not really their deal. But I would say that the tattooer would need time to prepare that tattoo. Like any
There's no
tattooist.
speed? Like, because you know there's magic now. So I feel like it'd be like a quick little. His tattoo.
They're not that advanced. They're not that advanced yet. Yeah, they're still working with like the rock mallets and the ink and the, you know,
This should take a while.
they're like tattooing you with
Dude,
needles.
what's the best weapon to throw like melee throw? Is it a
Hand
hand
axe.
Hand axe.
Yeah,
I
hand
want to re
axes.
up on some hand axes, bro.
Okay,
And a silk shirt.
and a silk shirt
With it open.
with a deep V.
Oh,
Super
I'm gonna get
deep.
some. Were there magical arrows?
Yeah, that's magical ammunition.
What kind of arrows can I buy?
Tracking.
How much money you got?
18 platinum.
80 platinum.
How much was this tattoo and shirt?
What, a shirt?
Wait, is it blacked out?
Or one that like shows your tat?
Wait, what does it look like? Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I'll say that.
What does it look like?
I'll get Bahamut on my chest and then have the open silk shirt.
Is it black? Or what color is it?
White.
White.
No, you know what? I'll do rose.
But you can see your nipples through it.
Like a.
Singular plus 1 arrows will cost you 250 gold.
Each?
Yeah, so you can get 4 for platinum.
The fuck?
Greasy.
That's all they do is +1?
Yeah, plus 1 arrows.
Why would that ever be worth
I'm
it?
gonna. Hakon's gonna buy some new clothes too. I'm gonna get some new
Good for
black
you.
pants.
Are there
Some
like.
nice boots.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Black
get regular
3/4
arrows.
sleeve shirt, dude.
Okay, yeah, you can buy yourself packs of regular arrows.
How much are those?
I think it's I can't remember. They're in the player's
Brown
handbook,
leather
but it's like a
arms,
pack for like 20
hand axes.
20 arrows, and I just don't remember the price, so you'll have to look that up.
But
Actually, I'll pull that real quick.
Imagine if we all wore like matching.
while we're shopping, I wanna bring up H&R also managed to say what medicinal properties would a dragon testicle soup provide?
What is that?
A what?
A dragon testicle soup?
It's 1 gold. It's 1 gold for 20 arrows.
2.
Would it be like Liver King
What?
if we ate a dragon testicle soup?
What?
No.
No, there's no medicinal properties
What?
provided.
I mean, there's
Do you
probably
hear
a
what
huge
he's saying?
protein option.
Dragon testicle soup.
He also said Bahamut is Macho Man Randy Savage.
I mean, it's because he has so much platinum.
Yeah.
Don't even have to drink it, just clench a little hard and boom and just.
He thinks
Oh,
it's like
see,
a
this was see. He followed back up about the medicinal dragon
You've
testicle
tried
soup.
Dragon Balls before?
Boom, ingested through
So
the anus.
It's quite the
I think-
He wants to
I think
ingest it through the anus.
as long as you
You're eating
ate
Dragon
a
Balls?
poison dragon or green dragon, it would.
He can
probably
eat it.
have
Their
some kind
balls aren't. I don't know why we even get into this conversation, but a green dragon. I'm gonna say this for the record, for everyone watching. Okay, I'm not a representative of Wizards of the Coast. I don't claim to be, the official declarer of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. But green dragons' balls are not poisonous.
No,
Why
It has
not?
been.
But
I am
they're-
just making.
they're
That is
medicinal.
now the statement. They are
they
not
actually medicinal?
poisonous
They're medicinal.
because the
Where are you getting
dragons.
this
That's like saying that black dragon's balls are acidic, and if you eat them, it'll tear up your inside.
No,
No,
I'm kind of the same boat as Katria. Like, how,
If you take
how
it,
big
it'll
are
tear
they
your
talking? Like,
insides apart.
if you're gonna eat them,
it depends on the size of the dragon. An ancient dragon's gonna have like. Okay, but listen, when you
You
guys
eat ancient
saw,
balls.
listen,
Fuck.
I get that, but when you guys, and we're not getting into the specific details, I'm just gonna let you be known that when you guys were at the conclave of the ancient metallic dragons, that you didn't see dragon balls. Otherwise, I would have made reference to that.
So it was cold.
No, that's not what we're getting into. I'm just
They were
saying
all
they're
big.
not. I won't. No, I will not tell you. We're not diving into to draconic
When
reproduction.
we get into the final fight and like dragons are fighting midair,
You will not see. Nope. No. No.
Like we look up and it's like
Absolutely not.
it's like
Nope. You won't see that. Not in the slightest.
Day of Reckoning, alright. He said, I would have thought dragon testicle soup would grant a +5 to potency in impregnation rolls.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's a fair point.
Lucky
That'll-
back on, he doesn't need it.
It's you know what? That's probably a chromatic dragonborn fertility ritual is what we'll say. There you go. Practice amongst the barbaric tribes of chromatic
that
dragonborn.
was how Bahamut came about, yeah.
No, he's a god.
But yeah, well, he had to come from somewhere. So someone ate some Dragon Balls.
That's not how
and
the
said,
gods work.
Dragons, dude. It's,
No.
like, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, everyone knows the
The
egg
egg.
came first. In this
That doesn't
case,
mean the Dragon Balls came first.
the Dragon Balls came first.
No, because the Dragon Balls were on the dragon. So then the Dragon Egg came first, not the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, but what's the first part of the dragon?
Listen,
Develops in the
I will
egg?
get Goku if we keep talking about Dragon Balls.
Alright,
Alright.
And I will get the blue coat Goku.
you know what, man? I'm gonna buy a shield.
What?
Huh?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just because my casters don't ever use their shields for me.
For the tattoo, I have a good idea.
Okay.
What if like the wolf tattoos that people have?
Uh-huh.
Can I get that, but with Bahamut?
Doc?
Yeah. Yeah.
With a starry sky in the
Yeah, it'll be 400 gold for the tattoo.
Okay.
Forming the celestial.
Because you're talking like a full body, right?
What?
Like full color, full body, full everything?
Well, not full.
That's a-
Not full body, I meant like torso, like full body torso, right?
Kind of just like
Your tattoo artist is
Part of my
taxing you,
torso.
bro.
I don't want full body.
Okay, well it's not gonna go from trap to your waistline, but you want it like
Yeah, I guess yeah.
okay.
On one pack or both?
Like one pack.
One pack?
Like it'll probably spread over to the other. But like it's kinda
We'll say 350.
Alright. You gonna tip him, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you won't have the time to get it just yet, but that's what it'll cost.
Okay.
When you have the time to get it,
Oh.
then we can have you get it. Cuz like you're talking like getting a tattoo. Like yeah, schedule that stuff, you know? These gangs don't just
Especially in Waterdeep, they're probably booked.
no. If you were involved as gate, those crime gangs would be booked out the wazoo. They'd be getting ready to tattoo teardrops.
You could just ask the Zentarum.
Baldur's Gate.
You got to kill?
Just a gate.
Yeah, it's just a dude with just a bunch of teardrops like all over his forehead, and you're just like, are you sweating? No, I murdered 3 families, and this is the marking of my kill. Are you okay?
Need help?
So, okay. Are we good on the shopping? Very good. We can go ahead and take a tenner
I'm good.
before we wrap up
A
the rest of
tenner?
the session.
Alrighty, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Thank you. And we're good.
Hello. Hello.
Ready to finish.
So we're back.
Back and better than ever.
Well,
Next time.
technically, yes.
Dragon Ball Z.
No. Shh. Careful, dude. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah.
We're gonna get copyrighted. Fair use.
No, because we were talking about the Dragon Balls earlier. That's Katrina's joke. I stole it.
So, our party
It's not going with iron.
returns to the kind of like the where the council delegates are in order to get the location of Jean-Thal's tower from them, as they have ascertained its specific location, and they're willing to send you there.
Oh, they're sending us.
They'll send you there.
Okay.
Uh,
Are we able to teleport back?
Bookie book go.
You will be. You will be. Like, once you're there,
Governor.
as long as you pick teleport.
Oh well, I mean, I guess it makes sense because
Did we buy teleport scrolls?
He's
No,
got
I
teleport.
can learn it. Yeah, I just haven't updated all my spells. You know.
Alright, man.
So Jean-Thal's tower is it's a historic location, and it's well known. It's well known about, even though it's not specifically known of, amongst wizards and wizard-like, since Jean-Thal himself was an extraordinary figure, an adventurer who traveled across Faerun and beyond, reaching the distant Zakara, the Kara-Tur, and even Mastika, so different regions across the world. As a conjurer and evoker, he surrounded himself in the company of elementals and genies throughout his time. He prized solitude, and so over a century ago, he had kicked out all of his apprentices from his tower. Rumors have it that they were all killed, but the common story is that they were just removed and their memories wiped of its location, and he sealed himself up in the tower to not, in hopes of never being seen again. Some think he may have become a lich during his time in solitude, while others believe that he just died over time of natural causes. What is certain is that the location has been identified near Mount Hlim, which is at the southernmost border of the Grey Peak mountain range. So it's nearby. Parnas.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was
Close-ish.
That'll work. Can we travel with Einar then? Like, can he accompany us till he gets to Parnas, or till we get to where we're going?
His goal would be to go to
He'll
Parnas as swiftly as possible.
Parnas? Like, is it?
Like-
Could we take the same route, or would that not work out?
Like, you guys can... Like, if you were to teleport with him, he would teleport with you so that he can skip out on large leg of the journey home.
But then he would immediately.
But then he would
go.
have, he would fulfill his end of the deal of watching the tribe and heading up to Parnas in order to keep an eye on him.
All right.
But that is doable. You see Vidania and several other wizards that were provided by Lady Romalia Haventree gather you guys outside the steps of the council chambers, where they begin the divination spell to just ensure that they have the location, isolated. And you see in this like temporal portal a kind of like a almost like sandstone tower that is erected in the middle of a very massive circular hedge maze. A small town located on the outskirts of that hedge maze at the base of the mountain. And the teleportation spell then begins as they work to conjure you from this location over to Jean-Thal's tower. Within a moment, though, the world around you brightens as the spell kind of encompasses you and begins to dematerializes you so it can transport you to this village.
Here we go, fellas.
The light flashes momentarily before your senses kind of return, and the space around you as you have been teleported a good distance outside of the village in order to not cause immediate alarm. But you do see the village off into the distance, and it's built kind of like in your traditional like rural countryside, and there's a lot of green spaces of fields between homes, and the closer to the rock wall of the mountain, because it's at the base of the mountain range. So think of these as like the feet of the mountain, the toes of the mountain. As you get closer and closer to the bottom, the villages, the houses, the buildings begin to kind of clump up as they get closer to the mountain, but they distance out the further they are away from it. Standing at the center of this hedge maze, you do see Jean-Paul's tower. While you imagine it first, it would have been monstrous in size. It has been reduced to some degree. Its top is destroyed. There's a beast that is residing up there. Upon your teleportation, this beast catches your attention. Fortunately for you, the beast is currently sleeping. It was not made aware that you have entered its realm.
What is the beast?
A large, quadrupedal, blue-scaled dragon.
No wings, or what do you mean?
Two wings closed,
But it's got 4 legs.
Wings closed in. This dragon, you remember.
This is
The one that attacked Greenus?
no shit.
The last time you saw this
no
dragon
way.
was when your adventure started, the 3 of you, as your home was being razed to the ground by a blue dragon.
You didn't tell us to bring explosive barrels.
As you see, the sun is beginning to set. It's getting darker. You can see the shadow that is cast by Jean-Thal's tower goes over the hedge maze, which from now the ground level just looks to be kind of like a garden hedge that surrounds the tower. It looks ornate, looks beautiful. It looks welcoming, inviting. And the shadow is cast over it, and you my dog. That's his way of saying, like, let me in. He'll run out. Dead ass. He'll be like, I'm coming in, no, let me in. And then he'll run away. Like, he just runs up. He's like, let me fucking.
Is my book's not behind you, is it? I'm sorry.
Your book?
Yeah, my book's
I got my notebook here.
Damn it, man. Where's my little notebook,
I
dude?
don't know.
It's a small little
where
book.
did you put it?
As you gaze upon this massive
It's all
tower,
right,
you
it's
recognize that this is the last of the Worm Speakers, the last leader, the last noticeable leader of the Cult of the Dragon before Severin, the architect, the manipulator, the puppet master behind all the events that have been plaguing your life over the past, almost year. The last remaining obstacle in your way resides in this tower, and the potential of obtaining a second dragon mask puts you all kind of in like a tense moment where you recognize really the importance of this moment. This will be one of the most impactful missions you've gone on thus far. And especially with the nerves of Lenithon, the adult blue dragon who is in this area. What will happen, we will find out next week. And that is where we'll call it.
We gonna get down with Lenithon, bro. I'm excited.
Dude, Nick, your notebook was right
Yeah, it was under the thing, dude. I didn't. It rolled out really high stealth roll.
And that is where we'll end it. So for everyone watching, thank you so much. Atro, I know you've been with us for the majority of the time. All of it.
Boy.
So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, thank you again. We are getting closer and closer to our final confrontation with Tiamat and the Well of Dragons, where we will conclude our first full-length campaign in the coming weeks. Keep an ear out as we look to get ready to announce a day for our Halloween one-shot. We will have a hosted Halloween one-shot. I will be posting that to our YouTube channel, just, so that we have that available. So, if you miss it, don't worry. You can always catch it. I'll make sure to post it. It'll be fun. I'll be playing. So I want to make sure everyone can have it.
It'll be fun, man. You don't get to
Um,
see Ethan play very often.
You can't even roll that.
going to die by my hand.
What? Dude, you're on. We're on the
That was a
same
mistake.
team. Same team.
My bad.
Same team.
No, I can tell you, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've created a
20.
Fire Genasi
Get out of here.
Blood Hunter
You're like, it's
named
it's
Igneous
20.
Ashensun.
Looking for the right one.
Sorry.
I'm just excited because I've never seen a
I'm also
Genasi. I've never seen anyone play a Genasi before.
That's why I decided to play a Genasi.
I think Omar played a water Genasi. But
What?
maybe.
Genasis.
Maybe.
I don't think you've ever played one, but
Maybe not.
No.
you played one.
I've literally only
have
ever.
played
One session.
Yeah, he did.
Was
Yeah.
I there for it?
Genasis are fun, so I decided to go with Fire Genasi for the Constitution and Intelligence buff, as I'm quite a healthy guy. Alright, will be. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Genasis are very temperamental, so they're a fun race to play. for roleplay purposes. But yeah, so we'll pick up next week. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night.
Come on.
Bipolar schizophrenic with murderous tendencies.
Bipolar schizophrenic with murderous.
He said should have picked a
That
bigger
was
rubber
better.
band.
Oof. Blood chug.
Okay, that's the
Blood
highest so
jug.
far.
H. Knock, you are a funny man, a gentleman, and a scholar. You have a good night.
What'd you get?
Everybody have
He's a good
night.
dad too.
We'll see you all later. Until next time.
Dude, it was one.